Welcome back to another exciting edition of the Team Western podcast. I'm Clay Moden along with Brad Gelber, joined today by two Buffalo legends. You know their names, you know their faces, Josh Allen and Steve Tasker.
Well, sort of.
Kind of. A.K.A. Aaron Cohen and our good friend Craig Stahl. Guys, thanks for being here today.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you.
Aaron, we're going to start with you. How many times do you get recognized when you're walking around or people do a double take and they say, oh my goodness, I think I saw Josh Allen today?
You know what's funny is it never started until after the first commercial. And I'd say when he started golfing more, every time I'm on the golf course, there'll be people ahead, people behind stopping. Hey, from afar, they're like, hey, are you? No, you're not. Oh my God, we thought you were Josh Allen. You know, coming through, normally have a Bills hat on or something, you know, just in general. But it's really kicked off and it's nuts.
So people may not be familiar with it, but Aaron actually was in our commercial series last year. So you kind of joined us for Herr, where if you saw it, Josh was kind of jogging through. It was both Buffalo and Rochester. So obviously we can't have Josh Allen running through the cities and people might recognize him or he might get hurt. So Aaron was fortunate enough to take on kind of that role and hurdling over people. So, you know, what was that experience like? Because that was your kind of first time, I think, portraying Josh. But yeah, it's got to be kind of surreal just to do that sort of thing.
You know, it is, you know, growing up Buffalo, born and raised, season ticket holder for the Bills, you know, it's awesome, you know, couldn't even imagine it. And then seeing the commercials, you know, looking on, it's like, oh my God, that's me. Perfect icebreaker for meeting new people, work, weddings, whatever. It's awesome.
So knowing that you were going to be coming back to do this for this season with Josh and Herr, Josh's look has changed a little bit. And I've noticed that you've grown out your hair since we saw you a year ago.
Yes.
Intentional, obviously. Did they tell you, hey, keep growing your hair, this is where we're going to go?
So this one thing, I was growing my hair before that.
Okay.
And I will say, I think Josh unintentionally copied me on this one.
So it was the other way around.
Yes. But no, I wanted to cut my hair. My wife goes, no, I like the long hair. What are you doing? So I didn't cut it and then got the thing for the shoot. And, you know, I get the text like, hey, we need your hair to be this long. I'm like, oh, perfect. But the one thing I had to grow out the facial hair, which normally don't do, but that's the one thing.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah. Shout out to Jesse at Chief's Barber Parlor, our good friend who styles Josh's hair. So I think that all worked out pretty well for this year.
All right, so Craig is joining us today, too. Craig, thanks for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to be here.
So you're going to be the Steve Tasker stunt double. Tell us how that came about.
I think that they're trying to do something where that I don't look exactly like the like Steve Tasker, obviously, right? So
not quite as built as Steve.
Yeah, right.
That's right. So how did they track you down? Who was behind all that?
I think he's the producer or the writer of the commercials is my father-in-law.
Okay. Oh, you're okay. So you have a family connection to this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So maybe it kind of worked off of. I think I've got a good idea. You similar to Steve Tasker. Have you met Steve yet?
I have. I've done a couple of commercials with Herr before, and I've met him before. Yeah.
Excellent.
So we don't want to give too much away for people, but certainly something to look forward to as the commercials come out this year. And we're really excited to have you guys join us today. But we also wanted to get to know a little bit more about the people behind just the characters, because Josh and Steve are great, but you know, you people are individuals as well. So maybe go back to Aaron. Do you want to tell us a little bit about, you know, what do you do for work when you're not portraying Josh Allen?
Yeah. So pretty much just work in the banking industry. Have for a while now, currently at Northwest, and no connection to how I even got this with them being a sponsor of the Bills. But I do investment banking there, have for the past while, right down the street actually from the stadium too in Hamburg. So, yeah.
And I understand you have a Siamese cat?
Yes.
Because that's pretty unique. Not, you know, when you hear about cats, that's one of the most unique cats out there. So
yes, it was my wife's cat that I absolutely fell in love with. It has its own personality, and I was a lifelong dog guy. You know, never thought I would ever want or own a cat or like a cat. But this thing, it's awesome. I love it to death, and it's almost just like a dog.
Perfect. And Craig, what about you? What do you do for a living?
I'm a firefighter in the city of Rochester.
Awesome.
Yeah.
3 daughters?
3 daughters.
So what's it like in the house?
There's a lot of women in there. Yeah, 3 daughters and a wife and a female dog. So,
do you get your own, you know, man cave? Do you have your own space?
No, they don't allow me that. No,
not allowed to have that. So tell us about your schedule as a firefighter. That's pretty unique, being able to be here with us today.
Yeah, it's 3 day shifts on, and then I'm off for a couple days, and it's 3 night shifts on. And I'm off for 4 days, so that really allows me a lot of time to do other stuff, hang out with the kids.
And you are in the swift water rescue portion of that.
I am. So we're a fire company, Engine 2 in Rochester. But most companies also have a specialty as well, and ours happens to be the Swiftwater Rescue Team.
Incredible.
And I know you mentioned that you're a season ticket holder. Any sort of, other than just a fan of Buffalo football, or what's kind of your background, anything with football at all?
Honestly, I'm not even much of a sports guy.
Yeah.
So
Hey, I guess sometimes it pays to just have the right look for the
That's
part.
absolutely right. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of this today.
No, awesome. Thank you.
We're looking
Absolutely.
forward
Thanks for
to
the
it.
invite.
And hey, I'm sure we're going to see you around West Herr or catch you on TV a few times this year. So thanks for being here.
thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Another edition of the West Herr, Team West Herr podcast. We'll see you next time. For Brad Gelber, I'm Clay Moden. Let's go Buffalo.